So we are talking about knowledge areas. Technically, when we say we want to do a project for any particular topic, which can be content development or till metro or whatever you decide, but what you require, one is what is called as a domain knowledge. Domain knowledge is required for doing certain projects. But is the project manager responsible for domain knowledge? The answer is no, he is not responsible for it. Why is not responsible? Because that is something is to be given by the project itself. His role is to execute the project. Suppose I am a project manager. Today I may build a dam and in a say construction line. Tomorrow I may build a bridge, or day after tomorrow I may build a huge tower. Okay, because my job is to do a project management. My job is not civil construction, structural engineering, and whatever you call the RCC and materials and all. Because that's not my business. I'm not a designer. I'm not a so the domain knowledge comes by with the project itself. Okay, it's good to that we should know about it, but we need not be master in all. Otherwise, you will be able to land up in doing only similar kind of projects where you know the domain. All right. So project manager is somebody who can be put anywhere. Okay. So that eventually once you put them anywhere, he will do it everything systematically. Once he knows everything what need to be done, then it is his baby. He will handle it rightly. Okay, so that's our role. So then as a project manager, what kind of knowledge I should have? So if I don't need a domain knowledge as a compulsory, then what kind of knowledge I should have? And that's an area which is known as knowledge areas. Knowledge areas not fixed, they actually change as per the time. As the time changes, technology changes, processes, go through a refinement or reinvention, then you require different knowledge areas. Why these knowledge areas are required? Because with the help of knowledge areas, we are going to work with process groups. And with the process group, we are going to complete the project. Okay, so let us understand the knowledge areas per se. So the first knowledge area is integration management. Let's take the same example again. Suppose we last time we spoke about, suppose there is my sister's wedding is there. So I distributed the work among my friends and relatives. They all are working with their own timelines, their own budgets, their own scope, everything. What is my role at this point of time is orchestration of it. That means bringing in the right element or right partner at the right time so that the project is going seamlessly or without any hurdle. Okay, so at the time when I need something out of these different activities or need more than one activity to be executed at the same time, then what you see something what is known as integration management. There is a lot of literature available, but I don't want to emphasize because this is not something we have to just understand. We need not buy it or do anything. Okay, so we have to actually identify, define, combine, unify, coordinate the multiple activities. Okay, in such a way that it actually helps the process groups to achieve our final objective. So integration management has a role to play in a different process group. How it works, we will come back later. First is, so integration, as like the word says, it is the integration of activities, resources, events, things happening in the project, and one need to bring them like an orchestra at appropriate time. The appropriate player has to be brought in, and that's the job of integration management. Second is the scope management. I've been emphasizing on this point because most of the project managers today goes out of the scope and do something which is not worth it. Okay, in a sense that we lose the focus onto the project, and then we start investing our time, resources, energy in something which is not relevant to the project, or which will not be considered as a part of my performance, which is not considered as a part of my project, but I'm engaged and involved into that. So nothing. So scope management is extremely important. Okay, because this has got direct impact on your cost, budget, and timelines. Of course, resources. When I say cost, cost means resources. All right. So which is equally important. Now, how to do that, we will discuss later. So then we have a schedule management. Schedule is like a time. So we have to continuously monitor how much time was allocated to this. Are we in sync? We are not in sync. We are exceeding. We are not performing as per the schedule. This is not to be done by any one activity. Every activity which is started has to be continuously monitored whether it is going as per the schedule. And that's something which is also popularly known as the time management. Then we are talking about cost management. Now, cost comprises of many other things. Okay, cost comprises of human resources, cost comprises of material, cost comprises of machinery, cost comprises of process delay, cost comprises of not properly manipulated resources kind of a thing. So everything really add to, even a one wrong decision is also costly decision for us. So cost management is just not watching out the numbers. It is actually managing the numbers within our budget or below the budget, if not higher the budget. Higher the budget, again, we are in deep trouble. But anyhow, sometimes if we want to go on higher on budget, but then we have sufficient buffer, we have really wanted to save somewhere else and say take some decision. All is ours because we are project manager. We have to take that call. So I'm saying it's a cost management. It's not cost monitoring. Okay, a lot of time people say that is like, okay, I mean I saw the cost is increasing, but what can I do? Then he's not project manager. When somebody says cost is increasing, he must go on analysis. He will sit with the team. He will try to understand why the cost is going up. What are the alternative methods? What is the things which we can really do to ensure that the cost is there? Means that cost is also need to be understood in a total holistic way. In a sense, like I cannot say I'll monitor cost only at the end of execution level. No, you have to monitor the cost right at the procurement level. Not at the level when you start executing. By the time the cost has already incurred. There is no point in discussing about it after later stage. But have I really looked into at the time of procurement, at the time of doing rate contract, at the time of negotiating? So I have to really, really do it right from the beginning of the project till the end of the project. Then only cost can be managed. Many times it has been seen that people are absolutely reluctant or negligent at the initial stage of the project, where the rate cards are done, the labor costs are being identified, salaries are being given to the people, and that time negotiation is not done, and naturally that results into big bills and budgets, and then it goes out of budget, and that's a problem. So cost is not something understood at the time of end or execution, but it has to be understood throughout the project, right from the first stage where we do planning and procurement.